Hey friends, wanted to show you a couple hints and tricks that you can use to complete your digital one-pagers. A couple things I wanted to show you. First of all, if you're looking at my screen, you'll notice this one-pager is awful small. A couple things that you can do. First of all, I like to come down to this bar and I like to just get rid of the speaker notes since I won't be using them. To me, this is still a little bit small to work with, and so what I like to do, I like to go up to this icon here. It looks like a magnifying glass, and I hit the arrow. I like to bring it up to 200%. That makes it nice and big for me to look at. And if I want, I can actually make it a little bit smaller too, if that looks too big. And let's say I'm going to bring it down and I want to zoom in, make it even bigger, or I can zoom it out and make it smaller. First one that I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to add a text box. I'm going to go up here to my icon that says text box. I'm going to click on it. And then you can really make your text box anywhere. I actually like to do them off to the side. So I'm going to single click. I'm going to put the title to the book. I'm actually going to do a very quick one-pager for Charlotte's Web. And I'm going to put my name there. Now, I'm going to put this into the middle, so I'm going to double click and drag it over. I'm going to move the text box in, but I want to center it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything, and I'm going to come up here. Here are my tools for my text. This here tells me my alignment. I'm going to click that button, and I'm going to center it. And now I'm going to move it up a little bit. And I think, what I'd really like is I'd like to change the font and maybe even change the color. So again, I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to go up here to my fonts. And here's all the different fonts that I can use. And let's say that there's maybe something a little fun, something plain. If there isn't a font that you like, you can click on More Fonts and Chrome will automatically take you to almost an unlimited amount. Ooh, I wonder what the dancing script looks like. Let's try it. Too fancy. So I think what I'm going to do actually on this one is I am going to come down. And I think there's one. Let's see. I think I'll try this one. It's kind of a script. And now what I want to do is I want to make it bigger. So I'm going to come up here. This is my font size. I'm just going to click it just a few times to see. And I think, well, that's probably still a little bit big because I don't want it to hang off. And I'm going to click it just till I get it to the right size. And now what I want to do is I want to change the color. So I'm going to come over here to my A and I'm going to hit that. And I think I'm going to make it a nice dark blue. And if I want to make it even darker, I can hit the bold. There we go. Now I think what I want to do is actually I want to change just Charlotte's Web. I actually want to make that smaller. There we go. And then I'm going to make this a little bit smaller as well because I really want it to fit right in the middle. There we go. Now, another thing that you can do is I'm going to move this off to the side, and let's say that I wanted to, in this circle, I actually wanted to add a background to it. What I can do is on this side, I'm going to come over to my shapes. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on shapes. I'm going to look for the circle. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a circle. Just make a circle. And then I'm going to start to line it up here. And what I want to do, because I want to keep it a circle, if I use just one side, it'll become an ellipse. So I want to kind of always use these side diagonals. And I'm going to make this circle the same size and actually just slightly larger than the circle that I have. Just like that, so that it covers up all the lines. And now what I want to do I'm going to click on that, make it just a tiny bit bigger. This is why I'm glad that I can zoom in and out here. I'm going to make, if you see this little paint, that fills my shape. So let's say that I want to make that, let's see, I have writing. Actually, you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make that bright red. And I want to take, this is the outline. I'm going to make my outline black. And you can barely see that outline. So I'm going to come over here to these bars. And this is going to make my outline have, there we go, much larger. And then I'm going to bring my text right back over it. Oh, I can't find it. So what I want to do in this is I want to move it forward. It's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. There it is. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on it and I'm going to find order, bring it to the front. And now when I move it over, there we go. Right there. Woo, that's bright. I think I'm going to try, I'll try to play around with this just a little bit more and make this a little bit bigger so that it takes up the whole. Too big. Perfect. There we go. So the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to add up here, add another text box. And again, I always like to do them off to the side. And I'm going to have a box for my characters. And I'm going to move that box right here. And you can use the outline of the shapes. There we go. And I'm going to highlight that. Again, I'm going to put that in the middle. I'm going to change the font. And I'm going to change my color. I think I'll make that purple. And I'm going to add another text box. And I'm going to put Wilbur, because he was the main character. I'm going to highlight it again. I'm going to move it to the middle. Make this text box a little bit smaller. I'll put that there. And I'm actually going to make his name smaller. That might be too small, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And what I want to do now is I want to add a picture of Wilbur the pig. So I'm going to go up here to my image. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to actually search the web because I don't have any pictures of pigs on my computer. So I'm going to search the web. And right here, I'm going to just put in pig. Now, a lot of times, if I just put in pig, I'm going to get real pigs. And I could do a cute little picture of a real pig. If I want to do more of a cartoon, I can add the word clipart. And sometimes there I'll get some cute little pictures. And I think I'm going to go with this guy. So I clicked on it and then I hit insert. Oh my goodness. And if you notice, he's going to be way too big. So what I do is I move him up and I always want to resize a picture from the diagonal. So I hover over and I move him around, still a little bit too big. And I'm going to make him pretty small. There we go. And then I'm going to move Wilbur over. There we go. I'm going to put him right in front. And then if I want, I can also put another text box and I can put Charlotte. And I just follow those same steps. I highlight, put it in the middle. I change it to my font that I like. I can bring it down, the same font that I size. And I think I'll put Charlotte right there. And then again, I want to add a picture. And I'm going to search the web. And since I started with clip art for Wilbur, so if I put him in, these actually don't look very friendly for Charlotte. So I'm going to try the clip art again. Oh, this one is perfect. Look, it has a little smile on it. So I'm going to select it. You'll see it has the little check. And then I'm going to insert it. And it's going to come up real big. And then I'm going to make it much, much smaller. Now, as you can see, when I go to overlay Charlotte here, because she has a background, there's a couple things that I can do. One is I'm double click and I can actually send her backwards. Well, she doesn't go backward enough. So I'm actually going to bring this one forward. I'm going to bring my shape to the front. There we go. And uh-oh, I've lost my, but not to fear, because I'm just going to send it backward one. Oh, that didn't work as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my font here, find my title, and bring that one to the front. So basically what I'm doing is I'm layering all this on there. And then I want to look at it. Let's say I want to look now and see what it looks like. A couple ways I can do that. I'm going to take the zoom off and I'm going to put, there we go. And this tells me that Charlotte needs to be moved over a little bit. I'm going to put Wilbur down here, and I'm going to move Charlotte up here. And as you can tell, it takes a lot of patience to do a lot of these, but it would take you that long if you wanted to draw it as well. So I hope this little tutorial has helped you. Remember, you can zoom in and out by using that. Insert a text box wherever you need to. Add an image from the from the internet. Do a shape. Align your words. Make them bold. Take care of all the different fonts. I hope that helps, and I hope you enjoy making your one-pagers digital. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.